Final Energy Management Presentation: The Impact of Oil Sands on Society and the Environment. Final energy oil sands, also known as tar sands, have emerged as one of the more significant energy sources in the global energy landscape. Canada is the third largest exporter of crude oil in the world, and 98% of their oil is derived from oil sand refineries. With a vast majority of crude oil being in Alberta, Canada, where oil sands are heavily relied on, have garnered the attention for potential economic and energy resource benefits. Among major oil producers, Canada has emerged as the cleanest and most equitably sourced oil producer. However, the development of oil sands industry brings forth an immense amount of environmental and societal concerns. Oil sands refer to unconventional deposits of bitumen, a dense viscous form of petroleum mixed with sand, clay, and water. These forms of bitumen lie deep below the Earth's surface, approximately 75 meters below the surface. Currently, 60% of all reserves in Canada utilize the in situ production method, which utilizes horizontal wells to attain this material, known as bitumen. The method is called the SAGD, also known as steam-assisted gravity drainage. The extraction and processing from oil sands have provided economic growth, energy security, and job opportunities. Local, regional, and national economies have benefited from oil sand production as it has contributed to the creation of many jobs, 9.8 million jobs in total. Furthermore, the energy security derived from oil sands is extremely profound, as the oil sands now present a significant domestic energy source for the country. This can help stabilize energy prices and reduce vulnerability to foreign entities. Although there have been a variety of positive implications to oil sand utilization, it comes with an immense amount of societal and environmental concerns. The industry's greenhouse gas emissions are of particular concern, as the energy-intensive processes result in carbon emissions much higher than conventional oil refinery or mining. This contributes to the growing issue of climate change and the growing societal push to reduce carbon footprints and transition to cleaner, more renewable energy sources. Subsequently, oil sand processes pose a threat to wildlife in the form of deforestation and habitat destruction. Furthermore, the threat to natural water supply through extraction of bitumen requires a large amount of water, which strains water supplies and contaminates fresh water in the surrounding areas. In global context, the demand for energy and extraction of oil sands has large impacts and effects on global trade, geopolitics, and energy security. Exportation of oil from oil sands in Canada and other countries shapes and cultivates international relations. The need to find balance amongst the various advantages and disadvantages of oil sands, considering the environmental impacts and sustainability, while its major economic benefits, will take an immense amount of consideration from all stakeholders involved. Climate change is the effect of fossil fuel emissions in the atmosphere, referring to long-term shifts in weather patterns and temperatures. These changes can occur naturally, however, since the 1800s, human actions have been the main drivers of this change. The emissions of coal burning, oil burning, and gas burning are all major factors of human-driven climate change, which has created a greenhouse gas effect in the atmosphere, where heat is trapped around the Earth, rising temperatures, and interrupting weather patterns. Following this, the release of methane can be derived from agricultural actions as well as carbon dioxide from clearing of forests. In Alberta, Canada, where major extraction and production of oil sands is completed, amounting to 1 million barrels a day, there is an extreme risk of danger to nearby wild habitats and forests, including the boreal forest. The boreal forest is one of the largest, most ecologically diverse forests in North America. However, it neighbors the intense oil sand extraction of Canada. The forest is at risk of contamination of sludgy, contaminated water from the extraction processes of bitumen. Risks levied by oil and extraction contribute to climate change due to the continuous expansion of operations which take up more land of the forest, raising CO2. Indirectly, the combustion of oil derived from oil sand releases carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, a major contributor for global warming. The burning of oil accounts for 46% of carbon dioxide emissions. Oil sands create a product that is burned in ways which contributes to the overall effects of climate change and climate footprint. The Alberta oil sands consume an immense amount of energy in different forms, which include natural gas, coal, or solar energy. This consumption can directly considered as follows, where 1 barrel of crude oil can produce 4 barrels of crude oil. This is known as EROI, Energy Return on Energy Invested. In the past, when oil was a commodity less used, it would have have much favorable ratios. However, given the processes to attain oil from less favorable location like oil sands, the ratio has significantly worsened. In Alberta, the energy consumption per barrel is one of the worst in the world. Given the process and extraction methods utilized, the process requires an immense amount of natural gas to steam the bitumen. To address these challenges and reduce environmental footprint of oil sands operations, there has been a growing emphasis on the integration of renewable energies. Advocates have stated that the inclusion of renewable energies like geothermal, solar, or wind, rather than coal or natural gas in the SAGD process, could offset many emissions and lower the overall EROI. The installation of solar panels or wind turbines could offset energy needed to produce facilities and other processes. The most complementary to Alberta's climate would be to utilize geothermal power to the SAGD process, as the climate is less sun-facing and windy like surrounding provinces. The most appealing aspect of geothermal is the initial cost would offset the savings on fossil fuels. Also, the consistency of the resource. Energy efficiency refers to the amount of input required to achieve desired output and the utilization of these energy resources in a way that maximizes output while minimizing energy consumption. With regards to oil sands, it is pivotal that the operators and industry leaders consider this consumption ratio. There are many moving parts to oil completion, which include extraction, processing, and refining. Enhancing the process can ensure better energy efficiency in these operations and not only reduces environmental impacts, but also offers economic benefits by optimizing resource utilization and improving cost effectiveness. Investing in energy-efficient equipment and infrastructure such as high-efficiency motors, pumps, and heat recovery systems can all significantly reduce energy consumption. Adding these measures to attain wasted heat and repurpose it for other processes through a term known as cogeneration, which combines heat power to be more energy efficient. Conservation in the oil sand industry refers to the activities that optimize energy use, minimize waste, and encourage responsible energy management. A notable example of this in Alberta is the provincial requirement for companies to reclaim and revitalize the land used after oil sand extraction. Companies are incentivized to revitalize the land it has used, to foster habitat of rebuilding and wildlife remigration, an important step in sustaining the environment. Also, 80% of the water used in the process is recycled, and in 94% of the in situ processes. The water must come from a variety of locations, diversifying the supply. The tailing pond utilize manage excess wastewater from processes that have been continually innovated to ensure contaminants are properly managed and disposed of properly. Advantages include energy security. Oil sands provide domestic energy reserves for countries that have them. By reducing their reliance on foreign energy supplies, specifically foreign oil, countries can enhance their energy independence. Also, reduce exposure to price fluctuations and supply disruption in global markets. Another advantage is the job creation. Oil sands are a significant source of employment and employment opportunity, creating employment opportunity in multiple sectors such as extraction, transportation, refining, and supportive industries. The sector generates both skilled and unskilled labor, contributing to local and regional economic development. Another advantage would be the infrastructure development. The development of refineries, transportation, and pipelines to facilitate the production of oil sands can lead to the increase of infrastructure in surrounding areas. Some disadvantages include volatility in oil prices. Oil prices are volatile as they are part of a global market which is influenced by many factors. Price fluctuations can affect the profitability and economic viability of oil sands projects, leading to uncertainty by the many parties involved. Another disadvantage is the market access. Given the size of the global market, oil must reach certain levels of accessibility to become truly profitable or economically sound. With that said, pipeline transportation and regulatory hurdles can affect the industry's ability to reach international markets. The oil sand industry faces both challenges and opportunities that require careful cultivation and consideration to the progress the industry forward. Below, we discuss the key challenges and opportunities in the oil sand industry, along with strategies and recommendations for addressing them. Energy transition. A challenge would be, as the global energy market changes and innovates to become more renewable and clean energy focused, the transition poses a long-term risk to the oil sand industry. An opportunity would be to actively participate in energy transition and diversify the business portfolio. To strategize this, it would be ideal to invest further in incorporating renewable energy sources into the extraction and production processes of oil sands. Work alongside government and industry partners to develop a long-term integration plan to lower EROI and advance the energy source forward. Market access. A challenge would be limited pipeline and transportation services from oil sands can lead to extra costs and failure to meet market average, pricing Canadian oil sands out of the global oil market. An opportunity would be to seek diversification in market access and explore alternative transportation opportunities. To strategize this, industry leaders should play an active role in advocating for pipeline infrastructure and collaborate with industry leads and government to address regulatory challenges. Explore alternative, more ideal transportation methods such as marine shipments to access beyond conventional pipeline routes. Technology and innovation. A challenge of this would be the fast-paced technological advancements and evolving market dynamics have required continuous development and innovation of the oil sand processes from extraction to transportation. An opportunity would be to embrace the opportunity for technological advancement and growth, leveraging the process of digitalization for operational improvements and cost-saving opportunities. To strategize this, industry leaders should seek out partnerships with reputable technology providers that can yield and create innovation opportunities, research industries to continuously advance the industry for many years to come, as well as new startups to integrate new approaches and future drivers of the industry, promoting a culture of innovation and provide resources for employee training and development. To finalize, the oil sand industry needs to find balance amongst the various advantages and disadvantages of oil sands, considering the environmental impacts and sustainability, while its major economic benefits, will take an immense amount of consideration from all stakeholders involved. To finalize, the push to implement technology and renewable energy sources while engaging in a meaningful collaboration amongst industry, government, environmental groups, and Indigenous people will shape the future of oil sands. The push to implement technology and renewable